that? Why must I chase the cat?
Nothing but the dog in me.
Why must I chase the cat?
Yeah, I'm going to ignore that.
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. With me tonight is Terri Jennings, who is the president of the Central Connecticut chapter of Love on a Leash. And with her, she has our very first cat. We talked about, it's kind of sad to say, but our very first cat, whose name is Dog, which I think is just too funny.
Yeah, ironic.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
But Terri, thank you very much for coming down tonight.
Well, I'm
appreciate
just so
that.
happy to be here. I really am.
And it's a pleasure to have Dog here as well. He is pretty mellow. He was a little vocal at first.
Yes,
but
yes.
he has settled into life on the couch here, and he is gorgeous. Actually, he's kind of blocked, so we'll have to give him a little better airtime before the show is over. Hopefully he'll walk around. But tell us about Love on a Leash.
Well, Love on a Leash is a national nonprofit animal-assisted therapy organization. We provide the training and resources to prepare your dog, cat, or rabbit to become registered therapy animals. We go lots of different places. You know, a lot of people know about the medical facilities, hospitals, hospice, rehabs, but we also do schools, libraries, domestic violence shelters. I mean, pretty much anyone that welcomes us.
Right.
We are happy to come and we call it sharing the love.
Yeah, well, it really is. I mean, people underestimate the value of an animal's companionship. And there's nothing like it.
Yeah. You know, they're getting more and more, people are becoming aware. I mean, some medical facilities are changing policies to include the animals as a complementary therapy because it is so beneficial to people. It really is. So, yeah, so it's awesome, you know, that's, you know, we're making progress in that area.
What were you just saying before we went on the air about the cat's purr?
Oh, yes, that it's been scientifically proven that it's the frequency of a cat's purr is actually beneficial to healing in humans and other animals. Yeah. So, you know, stuff that us crazy animal people have known for years.
Exactly.
We now have scientific proof.
Yes, exactly. Yes. But there is nothing like a kitty purr.
No,
you know, when they're up on your lap or on your shoulder, and even the little pins and needles of the kneading, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So, again, tell us more about Love on a Leash.
Well, you know, like I said, we just recently opened our Connecticut chapter. We're called the Love on a Leash Central Connecticut. And we are brand new. We have very few members. Right now we are only cats, but we are looking for more volunteers, dogs, cats, rabbits. There's just such a desperate need for all of them. We just can't, you know, meet the needs that's out there.
So it is that much of a growing thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just, I mean, I used to have like a 3-year waiting list.
Wow.
And it just got to where, you know, I can't even take names anymore, you know.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dog, as far as I've been able to find out, was the first registered therapy cat in the state.
Oh, well, this is an honor.
Yes.
This is definitely an honor.
Yes, we're very proud of him.
He's amazing. He's so just mellow.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to be a great therapy cat.
Yeah.
Zach, maybe you can adjust the camera from in there so we can see him a little bit.
Yeah.
You can try. There you go. That's even better than it was. Okay. So you do work mostly with cats?
Yes, I do. I'm not a cat person. I'm an animal person. I just have discovered as a dog trainer and in animal rescue, that there are just so many more resources for dogs. Even though there are, you know, maybe 10, 12 million more cats in this country, there are just fewer resources. So I've really pretty much focused on, you know, working with cats. I offer a free therapy cat training program just to, you know, help people get into it. And, you know, that's, you know, like I said, I welcome dogs and rabbits, and I'm happy to work with them, but you know, there's usually other resources, whereas, you know, I'm kind of focusing with the cats.
And, you know, it kind of raises an eyebrow. A therapy cat? People don't think of, like, cats as being you know,
trainable.
trainable,
Yes.
and you know, usually people envision a cat like not just settling
this,
in
yes.
and being
Yes.
cool and fighting the travel and
Well, you know, I take my guys to like local pet stores, and I don't know how many times people just, oh my God, I've never seen a cat on a leash before, and they're just like so amazed, you know, and I'm like, it's not that complicated.
yeah.
But,
I mean, I can't say that any of my cats would have fared well with it.
Mm-hmm.
We had enough problems getting in the crate and going to the vet, you know. I mean, and
well,
that was
you know, there again, it's about association.
right.
You know, there's positive association with crates. You know, like I told you, when I get it out at home, my 3 therapy cats are all in there and they are ready to go.
Me, pick me,
Yes.
pick me. That's great.
So,
Yeah, no, for me it was always, you know, the symphony sung all the way
Yep.
to the vet, and when I lived in Stamford and had a ride to Greenwich, that was
That's
a
a long
long
ride.
symphony. Yes, it was a very long serenade.
well, see, and that's what happens is most cats are in a carrier once a year.
Yeah, for the
They
vet.
get chased down, they get shoved in a carrier, in a
Chased down
car,
is
you know,
Yeah.
and they're in a car, they're not used to that. They do it once a year, they go to the scary place with all this other, you know, animals and people and different emotions and energies. I mean, no wonder they're freaked out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I recently took in my 2 other therapy cats to the vet. I put their harnesses on, we got in the carrier, we went to the vet, put them in the stroller, went in there, and they're like, okay, yay, we're here for a visit. And the vet did this thing and shots and everything, like, okay, and they thought they were doing a visit. You
Yeah.
know, they were just like,
Yeah, they had no idea it was any different.
Yeah, I mean, they got a little, you know,
They're a little owie.
little pinch, but,
Yeah.
you know, they were like, okay, that was, you know, so.
Yeah, and you do come with the stroller, which I think is like
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
fabulous because, you know, it is, you know, it's heavy to carry.
Well, you know, it is so much comfortable for the
Yeah,
cats.
they swing in and there's nothing
Yeah, I
sturdy
mean,
underneath
you got
them.
this, and then, you know,
Yeah.
you carry another stuff, and this way, you know, they can just lay there and chill, and I wish I
That's-
had a chauffeur, like,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly, you know.
Yeah.
But he's amazing, and he's just so mellow. And this is, how long did it take you to get him to be so chill?
Well, he was just pretty much like this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we adopted him, he was between 5 and 7. We're not exactly sure how old he is, and we've had him 11 years, so he's
He's an
16
old
or
guy
18,
now, yeah.
But, you know, one of our recent therapy cats wasn't started training until he was 15 years old.
Wow.
So there's really no, you know, it really more depends on the temperament and personality of the animal. Dog, cat, you know, it doesn't matter.
Right.
If you've got that, the rest is really easy.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's just, you know, pretty much getting them used to the harness, being on a leash, you know, in a carrier, riding in cars, you know, and they know what else to do. Once they get and see people,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you saw how he just came
Yeah,
in.
he
and,
came in and owned the room.
Yeah, did his thing, looking for people. Okay, people, pet
Yeah.
me.
He like I said, he had to announce his presence.
Yes, yes, he does
And,
that.
he just basically just settled right in, which is, and this is what he does.
Yeah,
This,
yeah.
now, you know, what we've already discussed, people don't really think of cats as being trainable. How do you train a cat?
Well, that's not anything I could explain in 20 minutes,
Right.
but I mean, it's different,
not
somewhat
like-
different
not
from
like-
a dog.
Yeah, you're not going to obedience classes with your cat.
No, no.
It's
yeah.
stuff that you
Right.
are taught that you exercise at home,
Yes.
basically.
See, and
is
that's
what,
why, you know, that's why when we do the therapy cat training classes, it's for humans only.
Right. You're not bringing your cat
Right.
to learn tricks and stuff
Right.
like that.
We teach the humans, you know, how to let them get used to comfortable with the harness and the leash, you know, and the carrier, and we show step by step, you know, how this is done.
Right.
And for me, I focus less on like obedience training, even though my therapy cats come, sit, stay, leave it, wait, you know, they know those basics. It's more about communication between the two of us.
Right. And desensitizing them to the things that might
Yes.
freak them out.
Yes. Well, you know, and more so for me, like I said, it's if they trust me to keep them safe and comfortable no matter where we are or what's going on around us, I don't have to train them to, you know, get used to this beeper and that cart, you know, and all
Right,
this.
right.
So if they get unsure about something, they'll come to me.
Right. So they know mommy's going
Right.
to keep them
Yeah, or
safe.
they go in their, you know, their stroller. And, but they do get used to, you know, all of that
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
And-
I would think some cats would totally freak out with a harness
Yes.
and may never
Yeah, and
really
I mean, just as this isn't for every human, it's not for every
cat.
animal.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't make them less.
Not at all.
You know, I have 12 pets, and only 3 of them,
Yeah.
you know, are suitable for this and enjoy it. They
And that
love
just
it.
reinforces the fact that it's not every animal is cut out
Right,
for it. But again,
exactly.
it doesn't make them less.
Right.
So what else does a therapy cat have to do? Get used to the harness, get used to going places,
Yeah,
and basically be good around new situations.
Yeah, and it just being comfortable going into new environments. You know, like when we came here, I gave him a few minutes to just kind of scope it out. I mean, cats are curious. That's just the way they are.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I can redirect my cats to like, no, we're not going to roam, and they will do that. But, you know, like I said, I try to honor their nature to a certain
course.
point, you know.
And cats have their own nature. They're not dogs. They're not
Exactly.
rabbits. They're not...
Yeah, they
you know,
are who they are.
they are.
And the people we visit love who they are.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes my guys are silly, sometimes they're very snuggly, you know, and sometimes they're, you know, get into trouble a little bit.
And you know, you have to imagine, you know, when you're visiting facilities, people who are ill, they may have had a cat at home, but most of the animals that come in are dogs. So this is just what
Yes.
the doctor ordered, so to speak.
Oh, it is.
To have a
It
cat
really
come
is.
in and just be able to snuggle, you know, that like I said, if you've got a cat and you're not a dog person, the therapy dog is great.
Yes, I
but
love dogs.
it's not what your heart is craving.
Yes, I mean, I have so many people that I have visited that have just cried. I haven't held a cat in 5 years. I haven't held a cat in 8 years. You know, I mean, that just breaks my heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's making me really think.
I know.
It's
you know,
like, wow.
You know, it's so easy for me to be in their place because, you know, I'm a crazy animal person, and to be somewhere where you never see or touch an animal again, I just...
I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
wouldn't
that's
last.
what motivates me to recruit more teams and get, you know, more people out there to do this. I mean, an hour a week is not a lot to ask.
No, it's not. But it's obviously, if you're going to commit to something, you've got to commit
Yes.
and not, you know, be halfway in and halfway out.
Yes.
You really need committed volunteers.
Yes, yes, because these people really count on their visits. I mean, they count the minutes,
Yeah.
you know, every week. And you find that even with my experience with animals, you know, since I was a kid, the relationship really is so much stronger with the therapy cast because we really do work as a team. You know,
It's a whole different relationship.
Yes, it really is. I mean, and the cats that and all the animals that do this seem to have that instinct to know, you know, what that person needs and that kind of
Right.
stuff. So, and you know, as a human, you learn to follow kind of their cues.
Right. You tune into what they're trying to say.
Exactly.
Which not everybody can do. And that's a gift in itself.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that's what you learn as a team.
Right.
You know, and that's one thing about our registration process with the dogs, cats, and rabbits is you get basic temperament evaluation, and then you do 10 hours of supervised visits.
Okay.
So
Before you
that's
actually get your wings, so to
Before you
speak.
can be registered, yes,
Right.
you have 10 hours of on-the-job training. So there, you know,
You're not going out there cold.
No.
you
On
have-
your own, like, gee, what do I do?
Yeah.
You have someone there who can kind of guide you and, you know, help you along the way. And, you know, and you find that the animals, by 3 or 4 visits, they're getting the routine.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I come in here, I visit this person,
Yeah.
and then we, you know, go on to the
I
next.
come in here,
then-
I plop down, and I
Yes,
get love.
I
and
get
then I go to
adored
the
and
next one,
worshipped.
and I get worshipped. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that, you know, it's not a very difficult pattern for the
No.
right animal to fall into.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
they
that-
really love it.
It's all about me.
Well, you know, and another thing about the therapy animals, it's not just the patients we visit that benefit. The staff members love us.
Yeah.
You know, the families and friends of the people we visit. I mean, I visit some people weekly, I mean, for years. You know, I've met their families, they know all about us, you know, and it's just really an awesome experience, you know, for everyone.
Well, sure, you become kind of like part of the family
Yeah,
because
you really do.
that patient or that person that you're visiting, it's a big thing for them.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, they
yeah.
do tell their families, and I'll bet you like for the staff, they're a much nicer person afterwards for a while.
Yes, they're much happier.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have staff saying, oh, you know, so-and-so's a little down today, can you stop by?
Right.
Or, you know, oh, after you left last week, so-and-so was just so much happier, you know?
Yeah, so
And
it really is kind of a life-changing endeavor,
it is.
which, you know,
just-
it's got to do your heart really good to do.
It does.
It really
You know,
does.
I tell people I get so much more out of this than I put into it.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's just, I can't believe just how cool he is.
Yeah,
He's just like, I'm here.
Well, you know,
alright."
they're not all, my other two are not, you know, they would probably be a little more active and stuff, but, you know, this is just who he is, and, you know, that's another thing, even though I'm one person with 3 cats, they're all each different,
Yeah.
you know, with...
And I'm sure depending on where you're going, you would probably pick or choose
Yes.
which one you would bring
yes,
for their personality.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yep.
Which
yep.
is cool. So where do therapy cats come from? I mean,
Well, you know, most of them are rescue cats, shelters cats. You know, they were found in a ditch. And, you know, most people with therapy cats are animal rescue people.
right.
You know, so we're already advocates for cats, you know, so then we're like, ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
here's another avenue.
So it's you know, your average, it's like these,
Yeah.
these, you know,
Go in a shelter,
Yeah.
any shelter, and you probably get a couple that would very easily be suitable, you know, to do this.
so at that point you're saving a life and you're saving lives more or less.
Yes, yes,
And for a
And
very
just-
small investment of a 10-hour training period, really.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's definitely something that you say you do need more people to do.
Yes, yes, we need more animal teams, but we also, Love on a Leash accepts associate members. Those are humans that don't have a pet that is suitable, but want to help, you know, whether it's with computer stuff or flyers or attending events, helping with tables.
Right. So you need
know.
people on both sides of the curtain, so to speak.
Yes.
You need people to register their animals and get on board with becoming therapy
Teams,
handlers, teams.
yes,
I was
yes,
struggling
yes.
for a second with the right
Yeah.
verbiage.
Well, a team is one handler, which is a human, and one pet.
Right.
So it gets, you know.
Yep. So you're looking for teams.
Yes, and
but-
pet animal
you're,
teams.
And you're also looking for people to help out at different events and,
Yeah.
and to get involved behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And not everybody is like that front and center type.
Exactly.
And some
Yeah.
people do better
So,
behind
you know,
the scenes.
behind the scenes is very important.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's the
and,
driving force. That's
yes,
the
it
lifeblood
really
of
is.
everything.
You
And
know,
it-
without them, we can't, you know, do what we're doing. We're trying to grow this chapter, and, you know, like I said, get out and make. We jokingly say, you know, improving the world one therapy cat at a time.
Yeah.
But we can turn that to one therapy animal at a time.
Yeah, because,
But,
you know, you will take cats, you will take dogs,
Rabbits,
and you will
yeah.
take rabbits.
Yes.
But I also have to say, you told me that there's like other animals that they,
Yes.
which boggles my mind. You said there's pigs.
there are other national groups and local groups, and some of them do horses. They do the miniature horses. Do they goats, llamas, ferrets, birds?
I can't imagine. I'm sorry, I still can't. Where you go with a llama? Where would you take a llama to be a therapy animal? But I
everywhere.
guess there's.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, I've seen them in hospitals and the
Have you
convalescent home.
really?
Yes,
Stop
yes, and
it.
pigs.
Shut the front door.
I know. I'm like, people think a therapy cat's weird, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I can't. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me, but
Yeah.
if it works, it works. You know?
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me. So you do say that there is a minimum age for a cat to be.
Yes, there
if
was.
someone's interested in getting involved.
Yes, the cats must be at least 1 year old,
Okay.
and they must live with you for at least 6 months.
All right. So you're talking
So-
it could be like a year and a half or so.
Well, I mean, if you get
into a
a
relationship
kitten,
with a cat.
yeah, you have to have the cat live with you for at least 6 months, because we want that bond,
Right.
you know, before you start taking them out in the world. You know,
So
that's not fair to the animal.
of course not.
To do that.
Yeah, well,
so.
yeah, you can't just like take a cat home and decide, okay, well, this
Yeah,
is-
let's
like we
go
say with
traipse around
dogs,
it.
you need to give them like time to realize.
Yes, to realize this is home. These
it's
are my
all good.
people.
Yep.
Yep.
These are my people.
Yes.
But seriously, if someone does have a cat that they'd like to gear towards it, and it's a little on the younger side, or they haven't lived together long enough, now's the time
Yep.
to
Start with the training,
Yep.
the behavior modification,
Yep.
you know,
do
the
stuff on
decency.
your own with the cat
Yeah.
before you come to class, or start with the
Yeah,
training.
my youngest one, you know, I got him when he was 3 months, and I just started training right off, and you know, his first birthday, I was like, here's the paperwork.
No need to wait, right?
Yeah.
That's like so cool. Now, we do have some pictures. Zach, if you would like to bring up the pictures, we've got your 2 other cats here.
Oh, that's my Eddie.
I love the little halo and
He
the wings.
loves dressing up. He always has. Even before he did the therapy cat stuff. He's 14 now.
Yeah, that's not something you can do with every cat.
And he loves it. I mean, I have to like hide his costumes. Or
Stop.
He climbs in. He loves that halo. You know, he drags around the house. He's trying to put it on.
That's
And,
too funny. Now, did he get
yeah.
himself into that like that, or had you put it
No,
on
I
him?
put the wings on him, and I
Okay.
dress him. But if I take it off and like set it down,
He'll like try to get into it.
gets into it.
That's
so,
hilarious.
yeah.
And he's gorgeous too.
Yeah.
And I can't, like, again, I'm thinking most cats, you try to dress them up, you'd bear the scars for the rest of your life.
Well, it depends on how it's done.
Yeah, and it
you
depends
know?
on the cat.
Yes, it does.
And how used to the
Yeah.
handling.
I mean, because I could dress the other 2 up, they don't enjoy it. So, you know,
Yeah,
why am
why
I going
do
to do
it?
that?
Right.
You know, this is supposed to be fun for everyone.
Yeah, and you've got one that'll tolerate
Yeah, and he loves
and
it,
likes
so
it,
he's,
so.
you know, he's the costume guy.
Yeah, that's so funny. All right, and he doesn't try to chase the feathers or anything?
No.
No?
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, the other guys will try to eat, you know, eat the
Yeah,
feathers, but he's like,
exactly.
oh, quit, you know.
Yeah, no, it's
don't mess me
mine.
up.
You're messing up my foof. What's the next picture, Zach?
Oh, that's my Baxter. He's the youngest. He's
Oh,
a
he's
little
got a
over
sweet
2.
face.
Yeah, he's something else.
And he looks like he's doing a visit there.
Yes.
And he looks like he's just as happy as the person probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Just
he's kind of
soaking it
like
up.
he's kind of a maniac at home, tearing through the house and getting everybody else worked up. But when he's on the job, I mean, this is, you know, an older lady who is not in the best of health, and he just, you know, finds a little spot to sit and let her do, you know, what little she can. And, you know, it's all, like I said, you can't train that.
No, you can't.
They just are who they are, so.
That's pretty cool.
I'm obnoxiously proud of my cats. I try
And
to
that's
tone
a
it down.
beautiful thing.
I try to tone it down.
No,
but,
be obnoxious. It's a beautiful thing. And the next picture we have, Zach?
And there's Dog. Yeah, he's the senior guy.
And that's the same bandana he has
Yes.
on now.
Yep. That's his uniform.
That's his uniform. He's beautiful. He really, really is. And then you've got 2 other things to be proud of. We've got,
yes.
Zach, the next picture.
Yes, Eddie and Dog received these fairly prestigious awards from a local health care. Actually, it was in California. And those medals are huge. They're like as big as his head.
Really?
I was really impressed with those. So, yeah, I'm very proud of my guys.
And actually, it's a certificate. It's what kind of award?
Just a pet therapy award for outstanding service.
Okay.
Because they had done so many hours, and you know, we were like the first cats in the state, and you know, all that stuff. So you know, we had like all the therapy dogs, and then us.
Yeah, and then us.
Like, yay!
And we do have the other certificate.
The other one
Zach,
for
you can show that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Dog got one as well.
Yeah, I thought I downloaded the 2 different ones, but okay. That is what it is. It's what looks the same,
Yes.
but it says Dog.
Dog instead, yes.
My bad.
Well, and Dog and Eddie also, through Love on a Leash, once you've
We'll take the camera back, Zach.
once you've done 50 hours of volunteer service, you get an advanced therapy degree.
Okay.
And you know, they have different categories, and so my 2 older boys got double advanced degrees.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, yes.
And you do log the hours then?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So there's like a log you keep, or something you have to
Yes.
check in with you?
Yes.
Or
Well, you know, the facilities we visit, you know, have to check in and do that kind of stuff.
or like
and
a sign-off sheet? Or
yeah,
something
you have
like
to
that?
sign in because they keep track of, you know, our volunteer hours
Right,
and
right.
that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So you have a Facebook page,
Yes.
and that is,
The Love on a Leash Central Connecticut chapter.
okay, so anybody can look that up on Facebook and go and like the page.
Yes.
And if anybody wanted to contact you, what would be the best way to do that?
Probably through that page.
Okay. There's a email address or something on the or directly on the page, do you mean? I know, the computer challenged. I just got that deer in the headlight look. Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
Technology hates me, and I just put this page up, and I'm like not even sure what I'm doing.
It looks fine.
And so anyway,
It looks fine.
I'm much better with animals than I am with computers, but if you can get on my page, you know, find me.
Okay, so
you know, I'll
message
get
the
back to you.
page.
Yes.
You know how to check your messages on the page?
Yes, I do know how to do
Okay.
that. My
We found
grandchildren taught me that.
Okay,
So.
good. So we found a comfort level.
Yes.
If you want to get in touch with Terri and find out more about Love on a Leash, or more about how you can get involved, or what it would entail, or how you can volunteer, go to the Facebook page and send a message, because Terri knows how to do that.
I can do that.
And you know, I can't think of a better way to help your community.
Yes.
If you know, of the many ways that there are to help the community, there are people who need animals who
Yes.
don't have the access to them. There are people who are lying in hospital beds who may never go home to their animals.
Yes.
And the difference that this kind of program makes
Yeah.
is immeasurable.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just really quickly, I had taken in a dog years ago, and the woman went from the hospital to the nursing home, and I was taking the dog. We knew she wasn't coming out,
Yeah.
and she asked for the dog. We were told she had 24 hours, and she was asking for the dog. And if you think I hesitated to bring her the dog, you're wrong. There was not the best of relationships there, but in her heart, she had to see the dog again.
Yes.
And it means the world to people. And some can't see their own anymore.
Yeah.
Some people go into a hospital or you know, nursing home, and they know it's their last. Their pets have been placed, and that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Or I mean, the pet's
Yeah.
behavior isn't,
Yeah, the
you know,
pet- the pet
appropriate
isn't-
in a medical facility.
Right. So,
So this is, you know, better than nothing.
yeah, but it's invaluable. You know,
Yes.
we all know as animal people,
Yes.
whenever we see an animal, it's like, oh my gosh, you
Yeah,
know, and
yeah.
we're all so happy. But
Yeah.
imagine being some of them taking their last breaths
Yes.
and still able to hear the purr, feel the fur, you know, whatever it is that speaks to their heart. It's a big thing,
Yeah,
and
it
it's a
is.
noble thing. And you know, if you're hesitating, there's a lot of reasons why you should just go ahead and do it.
Yep.
And can you pick him up and just, I just feel like people haven't seen him.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
You're
I
just so
know.
comfortable. Here you go.
He
There's
is
my boy.
absolutely gorgeous. He's a little smiley face.
Yep,
harness
let's see.
on. He's got his little tag.
He's like, you know, that was really nice and comfy there.
I know, you were so comfortable, but you were so beautiful. And I just wanted everybody to get a better look at him, because he's worth
Yes,
it.
I know.
He's like, now he's mad at you.
No, no.
Aw, you'll get over it, won't you?
He's a good boy.
You'll get, oh, I feel the purrs.
Yep.
Yeah, see, there's nothing like a kitty purr. But anyway, we're getting ready to wrap it up. We got our credits.
Okay.
So I'm going to blindside you, because I do this.
Okay.
When we say goodnight here, be with me. We say peace,
Peace,
love,
love.
and I usually say dogs, but we'll say cats tonight.
Oh, cats, yay!
Yay. Terri, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, and dog, you've done a great job. We're going to say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Till next week. Say goodnight, dog. Can you wave? Is that asking too much? There you go.
Boy,